Okay, take one. Hello, my name's Quentin, and welcome to our hackathon presentation. As you'll notice, it's just me. Unfortunately, my partner in crime, Matt, uh, uh, has abandoned me. No, he's on vacation in Thailand, and he couldn't take part. We thought about trying to do a multiple person video and splice it together somehow, but he just decided to let me handle it, which I'm sure he'll regret later. So as you can see, the app that we made is a Pokemon battling app. Didn't start my timer. I figure what we'll do is do a quick walkthrough of the app and then take a brief fly through of the code, and I'll do my very best. Apologies in advance if I am a little more disorganized and meandering than I'd like to be, but Matt wrote a lot of things that I just still haven't wrapped my head around. Again, apologies for the mess and the sounds in the background. I'm in the middle of a renovation. Anyway, sorry, too much preamble. So yes, here's our app. As you can see, it's a two-player Pokemon battling app. The idea is that it's meant to be for two players to battle each other. So at the moment, we're in player one select mode. So player one can select from whichever Pokemon they want. When they're happy with the selection, we can see the stats update live. Player two clicks the button and selects whichever Pokemon they want. I should say, of course, that we are using the official Pokemon API to download everything at the beginning and display everything as best we could. Just while we're on the screen, I slapped together my my audio player from the AI quiz and just sort of took that component and brought it over here with some of the different main Pokemon themes throughout the generations, with some volume control and track select. Once everyone's happy, we battle, and here's our battle screen. Now, it didn't quite approach being a fully interesting playable game. I don't really know how Pokemon games work. I'm sorry, Alex, and sorry for those of you who are fans. I've never actually played a Pokemon game. But the idea is player one is at the bottom, and their moves are available. Let's just say he picks Hyper Beam, and then as you can see, they swap. And now player two's turn. His moves have populated the list here. The HP bar updates correctly. You'll notice there's a little battle log that exists at the bottom. The messages in the battle screen are accurate, not only for whose turn it is and whether the attack hits, which the attack has a chance to not hit as well. But you'll notice there it was super effective. So Matt's done some crazy accurate Pokemon battle calculations on the back end of this app, to accurately determine, based on, you can sort of see a little bit here in the battle log, the attack power of the attacker, the defense. Every attack has a type, as you can see down here at the bottom, and whether its effectiveness depends on the type of the defender as well. So I guess if like fire is against ice, it's probably doubly effective, and vice versa, or you get the idea. And all of those calculations are accurate based on the actual Pokemon algorithm. So we continue playing. I'll just notice we can open and close the battle log. Just showing that off because I did that one. We'll keep going, and we'll hit the win screen. This is a longer battle than usual, and we're down to 5 minutes. Whoops. we've got a cool little 3D, probably, something that'll grab focus is that 3D swapping animation. That's a double-sided div that's being rotated, where both faces are the back faces of the divs are hidden, and then you're seeing the front GIF and the back GIF swap along with it, which was we thought was a really nice effect. One thing to note: this glitches out like crazy on Firefox. I tried for hours to figure out why, and I had to admit defeat at some point. So we noticed our battle screen here. So it runs best on Chrome. That's a problem to be solved later. Battle screen here, which was cool, with a little confetti blast and the opportunity to remix. And let's just hear another song, shall we? Oh, I turned it off. Nice. Anyway, so on the back end, 4 minutes left. Oh boy, lots to go through here. Matt would probably push back on my assessment of this, but I would say he probably did about 75% of this project. I think because he left early, he kind of went full beast mode for a few days right at the beginning and created the entire infrastructure. So things start off with our Get Pokemon. It's a custom hook that he wrote entirely by himself. He's setting an array of 151 and then mapping the array to fetch requests. So you can't just grab 151 Pokemon from the Pokemon API, not that we found anyway. So each Pokemon, to get all of their data, had to be a separate request that he stores in an array and then uses a promise all, as you can see here, to request all 151 Pokemon concurrently, which sounds like a lot, but it turned out to be shockingly fast. So he cleans them all up. Oh man, I'm going to have to go way faster. Did all the work to drill down into the data to store it in a nicely formatted object for us. That object is stored in one of our two major contexts. So we have a context that's just the whole Pokemon list of all the data, and then we also have a context for the two players. So, and this is kind of what one player looks like: an ID, the abilities, the moves. The moves were a separate issue because those were separate fetch requests. Each Pokemon had like 70 moves that Matt, and I don't even know where he did it. A lot of this I haven't quite wrapped my head around. Those had to be fetched as well to get the data off of that. I really wish Matt was here to do this justice, but he created a reducer for updating the player, the current player 1 and player 2 state. He created a custom battle hook that returns like the calculate damage function by itself. Where's the glory, the bit here? Like, this is one line, but there's a lot of juice in this one line here. How many times have you ever seen something with 8 parentheses? That's the official Pokemon battle algorithm. Yep, we had a couple routes as well. This one's just a test. We probably don't need that in there anymore. And actually, sorry, we only had 2 routes. We just had a home page. These ones were just, so test and battle. Actually, we don't end up using. Probably get rid of those. So just a home page, the selection page, and a battle route. We had a few components. The Pokemon card from the home screen, that's a component. The picker list here is the thing at the bottom. The overlay container that shows the winner. The loading screen right at the start. There's not a whole lot to it, but every time you load up, you do see the ball and the players are selected at random. The battle log was another component. That's it. I think I'm probably over 10 minutes. So, really, really great experience. Apologies for the noise renovation. Working together, I think I can speak for Matt in that we both found it really challenging at the beginning as we got to grips with Git, and sort of developed a workflow for collaborating where we, create a branch, push it, merge it, pull, delete branch, create branch. Like that was a whole process, and amount of time. So that was something. I think we both agree that we actually created something bigger than what either one of us by ourselves could do, because we brought different things to the table. Matt brought his use reducer context, and he had a very clear vision for that. I brought some tailwind and some front end, techniques to it, the 3D spinny thing and the audio player and that kind of stuff. Challenges we faced were sometimes integrating our to the things that we had done. Like he would have created a back end thing and I was ready to hook up the front end, but I'd wake up the next morning and Matt had pushed something at like 1 a.m. And created like 4 different files, and I was like, wow, how do I need to sort of, even though he'd created it beautifully and his code was perfect, it was still a challenge to figure out how to integrate the things that I wanted to put into it. And we sort of realized, I think we both came to understand the need for very clear, small, incremental and modular steps, like testable modular components, things that work and are ready to be used by anyone. Because this, as fun as this was and as cool as it is, it's a mess at the moment. Like it's all slapped together with duct tape and cement on the back end. So it probably wouldn't scale very well. I'm so far over. I'm sorry. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy playing around with it. Bye.